Hey everybody, what's up? We are live. This is Fun Speculation on YouTube, and we are going to be watching Gamescom from Xbox, and it's going to be absolutely awesome. It's got a 90-minute show planned, so that's pretty big for an event like this. Paris Lily is hosting again, I think, as well as somebody else. I can't remember the name of the lady that's hosting along with him, but I'm super looking forward to this because I think it's going to be a bigger Gamescom than we usually get from Xbox, because they just have so much stuff to show over the next several years. So I'm joined by two awesome people, Psychonauts and AssassinLupa, and we're going to have some fun with our reactions to this show. So I hope you all enjoy this. I hope you can hear me okay. It looks like the audio is a little low. I'm going to try and adjust that. And also, yeah. Hey, what's up? How's it going, Psycho? How you doing?
I'm doing good. I've been playing some Spiritfarer this morning, waiting for this to come down, so I can't wait.
Cool. How you doing, Lupa?
I'm doing awesome. Looking forward to this a lot. It's going to be awesome. Going to blow people's minds. And I've been playing some Hades and some 12 minutes.
Yeah.
So now I'm ready to go.
12 minutes. Yeah, baby. love 12 minutes. I couldn't stop playing it. I played through the whole
all the
thing.
Achievements?
No. So I want to go back, and I usually don't care about achievement hunting.
No, me neither, but like it just shows progress, right?
Yeah. But for this game, it might be different for me, because I want to see if there's any kind of dialogue or things that could happen that I didn't get to see. And that the achievements would be a good way for me to try and strive for that, because I would have like a direction to follow. Right? Okay, try and go for this, and then I can see what happens. So it kind of may extend this game for me. So I actually may do the achievements with this one.
There's one particular one that you might not think of that's quite hard to get. Not hard to get, but it's one you wouldn't think of, and it's pretty obvious when you do get it.
Yeah.
Just stand and listen, Mav. Just stand and listen.
Okay. Yeah, the dialogue is so helpful in that game. I didn't realize it till like the end. I was like, oh my gosh, they're giving me so many clues right now. I bet they've been doing this the whole time. Right?
They have, yeah. The clues are right from the start, and there's an awful lot of collectibles or interactives you have to acknowledge.
Hey, what's going on back?
I'll have to play that later. I'm almost done with Spiritfarer. I got like 3 more spirits to send off, and then and that's before Psychonauts 2 comes out today at 8 p.m.
Yeah, that's another one. It's like there's no relent in releases. And no. I don't know, maybe September we'll get a little break before October, November, but it doesn't. I don't know. What's all hit in September? Like
exactly. Lots.
There's a couple games coming out in September. Let me bring that up real quick.
You guys remember there's usually a lull in the summertime, like really not
they
much.
Used to.
Not this year.
It used to. And then freaking Game Pass came along, and then last year it wasn't so much of a lot of great releases, or many releases I should say, due to COVID. And then this year was some stuff, so they've just been giving us a whole lot of stuff. Third party, Xbox, a little bit on the PlayStation was earlier in the year. They're releasing games. Really, that's it. After Ratchet and Clank, hasn't been really too much coming out other than third party. But yeah, it's gonna be great. I mean, this last part of the year is going to be jam packed with games on all from Nintendo, Xbox, first party, third party. It's just going to be a great time to be a gamer.
Yeah.
Awesome time to be a gamer for sure.
Do y'all think we're gonna get a Halo Infinite release date?
I hope so. I hope we're. I mean, 90. It's 90 minutes at the Gamescom's. Xbox is going to be doing this, and that, you know, their E3 was 90 minutes, so they got to show. They're going to be showing quite a bit, or there's going to be a lot of talking. Something's, you know, we'll see what we get. I think we will get a release date. I'm hoping for, you know, even though co-op was, you know, season 2, I think they might. I don't know if we might see it sooner than later. I think they just gave like the, you know, like benefit of the doubt, like, all right, let's give us enough time, and then if we get it done early, fix whatever the issue is, get it out to the people out there sooner.
I think we'll see a flight for it. I think it's going to take them at least 3 months to come out with the co-op, but I think we're going to get a flight test for it for the insiders.
It's more likely going to be. It's going to be like season 2 or something. They're going to do them in the seasons.
Yeah, because that's when they do their big updates. You know,
but it's like gatekeeping it is not going to work. But like being upset that a game that's been given all that time by Xbox with and Phil saying that there's so much money being thrown at it and they're giving them all the time to polish it and keep it nice. It's still, yeah, you've got to call them out for a bad practice.
This is a big mistake that I think was made by 343 a long time ago. Like they screwed up here, obviously, like with not having this at launch. It's a huge mistake.
It is.
The question is what to do from here, because it's not going to make what the planned launch was. Now, for Xbox, now they got to make a decision, right? Okay.
But it
what do we do?
Way back.
Right? Oh yeah, that's right. A long time ago. It's not just like we just recently screwed up. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they didn't even inform Phil that it was in the state it was a year ago. He didn't even know.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of problems going on with management going and all sorts. And to be fair, it's just not acceptable. They have to be called out. I'll praise them when they do right, but got to call them out when they do wrong, for sure.
Yeah, I think that's why Joe Staten's there. He you know, is trying to right the ship, and he's he's done quite a bit to this point, and I guarantee he tried his hardest to get all the features ready for this launch, and they just had to they had to do a meeting and be like, listen, we can get this game out now, but we have to hold off on co-op and Forge.
But what did they take the team off though, Psycho? There's 1,000 of them. It's a huge studio working on it. Why did they get taken off for completing this game, co-op and all? Who was responsible for that?
Taken off of what though?
Well, there's 1,000 strong team working on Halo.
Yeah.
And yet they didn't complete the co-op?
Here's what I think happened.
Taken off of something.
Here's what I think happened. Okay.
To do something else.
I think that when Joe Staten came in, there was more to change with the campaign than any of us realize. And I think that originally, with the issues that I'm alluding to, I think originally they never even thought about co-op with the game's design. With it being open world.
20 years.
Yeah, well, with this game, right? I'm saying because they went to this like open world Halo game, right? And they didn't really think about respawning, checkpoints, and all of these things and how it's going to work. And even think about co-op as being one of the main pillars of Halo, and they made a huge mistake with that. And I think that now they're like, oh, shoot, with this direction that Joe put the game in, which is the right direction, they can't figure out how to make the co-op work within the checkpoints and the respawns and all that kind of stuff. So they are trying to figure that out in time, and they're not going to do it. They just don't have time to do it. And I think that's the mistake, that they're still dealing with the same issues they dealt with the early development of Halo, which is a huge mistake. And then you got to think, okay, we have all these guys, and we have this deadline, and this is what we got to get done. What is the bet? Like, if we can't get co-op completely finished, do we just make sure the game's polished and release it, or do we delay it again? And I think that's the question. And a lot of people are saying delay it again, and a lot of people are saying if the single player and the multiplayer are finished, then go ahead and push it out. And that's the decision that they got to make. And personally, with that, I think they made the right decision, even though it sucks because there's like a no-win situation for anybody because they screwed up, right? There's not a good solution. You either delay the game 3 more months and you miss the 20th anniversary of Xbox, 20th anniversary of Halo. You don't ship the campaign and the multiplayer, which is supposed to be ready by that time. Or you delay 3 months and you release the game in February, and then the only extra thing is the co-op, right? So really there's no win, no matter what you do. And that's the shitty thing, because they screwed up. And I think a lot of people are saying don't delay, go ahead and launch in November. People are thinking that we're making excuses for the 343. No, 343 deserves a lot of crap for this. They deserve the black eye that they're going to have on shipping a Halo without co-op, right? Now, that being said, let's see what they do when the game comes out and at what state the co-op comes in when it drops. And then from there, because in a couple years, we never even may remember this. You know what I mean? So we'll just see. It sucks. They screwed up, but I want to play Halo at launch on the 20th anniversary of Xbox either way. Yeah. You know what I mean? So
yeah, it makes sense that, because this was open world, we never heard co-op or anything, or even Forge at that matter. We only heard single player and multiplayer.
They haven't even still told another criticism. They still haven't even told us what's included in the $60 package of the campaign. Yeah, like what's included in that? Like, because we're used to getting a certain amount of things with that, and they haven't really gone into it except that it's a live service and it's going to be updated. Like, what does that mean? And I'm hoping we find out some answers from that today. Like with the campaign, what does it mean to be live service with Halo? Explain. And I don't think they even know. Yeah. Honestly, I don't think.
But they were hinting at an episodic style campaign. Remember, we were talking about that months and months and months ago. How they could be, here's the campaign, and then if it's episodic, they're gonna open up another section of the Halo ring to give us another story of like how's it going to play out. These are the things we don't know. So what you were saying that they didn't have, we didn't get co-op talk at all during during the announcement of Halo Infinite. So this definitely sounds like Satan came in and was like, why don't we have co-op and why don't we have Forge? We need to put that, this is a staple of Halo. And then they were trying to get that ready, and now they can't. So that kind of makes sense to why we're not getting it at launch.
Yeah, so. I think here's the good thing. I trust Joe Staten at this point. Mm-hmm. I don't know if that whole dev thing that leaked from the devs putting the stuff on Reddit is real or not. I keep being told from people that that thing is fake. When I first saw it, I thought it was real, but if we did say it was real, then there's a lot of positives to take away from that, as well as like the concern, right? Because the concern with that thing seemed like it was mainly about, hey, getting the game out, the campaign, they wanted a little bit more time and all that kind of stuff, right? But the positives is that it was all because of direct changes made by Staten to fix the direction of Halo. Right. So, and this being the live service type of game that they keep alluding to, I think with him on board for the long haul, it's going to get even better and better and better and better.
Yeah.
So I think I don't think there's like, it sucks, but I'm not like crying like doomsday over this or whatever. I remember how amazing they nailed the multiplayer component, how amazing it felt. And as a Halo fan, is like, if they nailed that to that extreme, I have a lot of high hopes for the rest of the game, because I'm hoping it feels like that when I'm playing the campaign. And if it does, then I'm going to be happy regardless. Right. So we'll see.
Yeah. So I got a list of what's coming out in the last part of August and September. And this is not going into, and there's so many more, but so we got Mist that comes out on the 26th, Song of Iron at the end of the month on the 31st, Tale of Arise on September 10th, Life is Strange True Colors is September 10th, NBA 2K is also September 10th, Origami 2 is September 17th, Lost Judgment's the 21st, Diablo 2 is the 23rd, Hot Wheels Unleashed is the September 27th, and then Far Cry 6 is October 7th. So
cool.
And Back for Blood is the 12th.
Oh, Far Cry is in
Far
September.
Cry.
Wow.
Yes.
No, October 7th.
October.
Oh, okay.
So it's the first week of October.
Yeah,
I think we're
but
going to see Far Cry at Gamescom tomorrow.
Well, I hope so, because we haven't heard a lot about Far Cry since E3, which is a bit scary.
Yeah. Oh, they did like so much around then. I remember like there was like 2 weeks and we kept seeing like Far Cry like all over the place, and then it's like been dead silent since then.
Exactly.
So you're right, it's been quiet, but we did see a lot then. But I think what I read from the opening night live event tomorrow is that I think Far Cry is supposed to be there.
Yeah, should be.
Yeah.
But like, maybe, just maybe, it's going to be free to play open world Far Cry.
No, this one's they've already said this one's $60.
Joking.
They better not be. They better not do that.
You're Blanco Mav.
Yeah, but I will say that, hey, it is a possibility this could be the last big single player focused experience from Ubisoft.
Exactly.
It could, unfortunately.
Easily.
It fucking could. It's hence why we haven't gotten any Sam Fisher.
Yeah, because they said like all our franchises are going to this seasonal free to play model, and then since then, and everybody's like, oh, they're still gonna have their like other games. They're just talking about most, and they came out and said, oh yeah, we didn't mean everything. But since then, we've heard about Assassin's Creed. We have this X Defiant thing. We have Heartland. So that equates to, okay, the Division, a Clancy bastardization game, and an Assassin's Creed bastardization game, and who knows what else is potentially coming. So hey, we'll see the direction of Ubisoft. I have left them feedback on my experiences with certain games, and I'm hoping they read that, but I doubt they will. There's a lot of oblivious people out there that are just kind of like casual gamers that are probably don't care, or don't even remember the Clancy games from the days of yore, like, so that doesn't mean as much to them. But yeah, like they need to the Ubisoft had always had a certain brand of game, they had a certain like feeling, especially with the Clancy games, and this is not it right now.
Yeah, it just feels like they're trying to target the younger audience of Fortnite, where they're dumping money by the thousands or actually billions. And I think that's what they're trying to capitalize on. And it's like, so they're going away. It's like they're hardcore, the followers that loved all these Ubisoft games from the past. They're like, yeah, but you're not giving us enough money, but these young kids are. So that's why certain games look the way they do. and I can't, we can't talk about X Defiant, but yeah. And then going live as like a service type with Assassin's Creed, it's like it could be cool if we're all assassins trying to assassinate Templars, but I don't think that's how it's going to be. And it's a shame because all the old Ubisoft games were phenomenal. So
Yep.
Good morning, lady. And good morning, Micah. Oh, here we go.
Can you hear my feed?
No,
No,
not
I
at the
cannot.
moment.
Okay. Because I remember how you were able to hear my stuff before. So that's good. So I can turn it up. Or not turn it up, but not mute it.
Why is there just a big 2 on the screen?
I don't know, it stopped all of a sudden.
I don't know. 2.
I thought I had paused
This is very
it.
interesting. Let's talk about the chalked on 2.
The new game coming too.
Well,
It takes 2 too.
Xbox.
It looks like the chat is just going 2, 2, 2,
It-
2, 2, 2, 2.
Yeah, 2, 2, 2, 2. I don't know why they're doing that. To be seen at a later date.
And today's number is 2.
I think they already have some issues.
But the thing with that's just like a little like,
Now it's on
I mean, this is like
52,
just
50.
yeah,
It's
this
gone back
is
to 50.
this is just like the typical like standard YouTube live thing,
Yeah.
that they're using. So, and it's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. 28, 27, 26, 25, 24.
38. No, what the hell? My screen
Mine's
just
on
flashed.
18. Mine's on 16 now.
It just it's skipping.
Is
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
10,
Oh, we're on
9,
10 now.
8, 7,
7,
6,
6,
5,
5.
4, 3, 2, 1. Blast
Okay,
off.
you're 3 seconds ahead of us then. Or at least me.
I've got all the 18 pluses up now.
Flight sim.
I can't hear anything at all.
What's up, Lady Jasper, Micah, Removable Sanity? What's up, guys? Wilbo Gaggins.
Yeah, how are y'all doing? Oh, what's up, Removable?
Oh,
Hello, everyone, and welcome to our Gamescom 2021
There's-
Xbox stream.
yeah, I
We've
am a
got
bit
so
in
many
front of
great
you.
game updates to share with you today. We're talking Age
But
of
I'll,
Empires 4,
just stick with our
Psychonauts 2, and
stream
my
and
personal
then-
favorite, Microsoft Flight Simulator.
Later on, we'll take an extended look at Forza Horizon 5. There's so much going into this, and
Are we supposed to be
Playground Games' vision
able
of
to hear
Mexico
this,
is
Mav?
muy
Yes.
bonito.
No, you can't
And we're doing
hear
our first look at the cover car
through
for the
me.
game, Paris. I got
You
$5
just need to-
bucks
I can hear it
one of those
on the
electric
other one.
scooters that you see piled up on the sidewalk.
If
You
I
just
do
need to
it
listen
on
to it
your
on your
hearing.
own.
I guess we're about to
Yeah,
find out.
that's what I'm
Yes,
doing.
indeed.
Can you
Our
hear
Xbox
that?
Plays team will also chat with devs
I'm
and
listening.
deep dive
I'm
into
listening
current and
through
upcoming
my own
games
stream.
all week on twitch.tv/Xbox.
Let's get started with Techland.
Can
and
you
their
hear that,
upcoming
though?
zombie parkour
I can't hear
game,
yours.
No, 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 no.
Okay,
Stay Human.
cool. Dying Light 2 Stay Human.
Hey, here we go.
Hello, I am Timon Smektawa, Dying Light 2 lead game designer, and this is David Lubryka, animation director. Hi. We can't wait until December 7th to finally give you Dying Light 2 Stay Human, the game
Keep
we have
forgetting
been
this is
working on
happening
really
this year,
hard
too.
for
December
the
7th.
last few years.
Wow.
We're hoping the gameplay video you're about to watch will give you a foretaste of parkour and combat systems waiting for you in the game.
And we are just about to enter the city, fighting our way through its brutal and dangerous streets. Though, as you will see in a moment, there are plenty of things you can use to your advantage. So watch closely, look for special combat and parkour moves, and check out how with just a bit of creativity you can combine the two. Ready? Let's go.
Sometimes I wonder what this city looked like before all this. Probably like many others. People had their ambitions, plans, lives. Now it's all gone. The virus started it. But it was
Chicken
the
pie.
people who made the world the way it is. This city, Villador. They tell me they had a vision. They had hope. But soon, one vision broke into many different ones. Instead of fighting together, people stood against each other. War broke out.
Was it a little bird? Met a broken leg?
Hope died.
Whoa, that's pretty cool.
Now the city is falling.
I still need to play the first one.
Each time we strike down an enemy, we absorb their strength.
But I can't let that happen. At least, not yet.
Oh, that's cool as shit.
I need the secrets this city holds.
Fuck! Hey! Still some rats here!
I have to pick a side.
This is the best gameplay we've seen from this so far.
You're doing great so far.
Kind of reminds me of Mirror Edge slash
I have to make it
Mirror's Edge
different.
with zombies.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like what the first one was like, except it was like it was pretty like if you got stuck outside at nighttime.
Yeah, you were in trouble.
Oh yeah, it was crazy.
Change is
And if you're playing by
series of
yourself,
small
it was like
gestures.
bad, you know.
How about this series?
Yeah, I haven't played, like I said, I haven't played the first one, so I need to play it.
I think it has FPS boost.
I
It's
haven't
worth
played
diving
the first
into.
one either. I just saw some streams on it.
I got like halfway through and then I got stuck outside at
Is
night.
all hope really gone? We'll see about that.
Well, that was an exciting trip, wasn't it, Timo? Did you notice those bandits in medieval-like armor passing by skyscrapers, banks, and large billboards? That's what we call a modern Dark Ages.
And it's a very unique design, one very important for the plot of Dying Light 2. But there's another thing that stood out to me, all those parkour moves that you and your team has put so much effort into.
Well, all you need is a few thousand of animations, cooperation with professional tracers, mock-up sessions, and invaluable help from David Bell, whose face and moves player will see in the game, by the way.
No, yes, right. And we've got twice the number of parkour moves compared to the first game, and we are showing some of them in this
That's
trailer.
good.
The vault kicks being the most important to me personally. It brings a whole new fighting style into the game. The player can stagger an enemy and use them to perform further attacks, for example by rebounding from their bodies, jumping off them onto other foes, and so on.
I think we captured the movement really well and made it quite simple for the players to perform. I can't wait for them to try it out and tell for themselves how much they loved it.
It's definitely going to be useful. The city's buildings are higher than anything we have done before, improving its verticality. Players will need to find a way to reach those tall skyscrapers and other challenging spots too.
Then it's good we scattered some helpers around, like a paraglider, which can support players in both parkouring and combat.
Exactly, and it's gonna do great, especially in fights against humans, which are more frequent and important than in Dying Light 1. It's been over 20 years since the events from the first game, so people adjusted. They are much bolder now, at least during the day.
And they are more vicious too.
And I think that's a great summary of this discussion. Pre-order Dying Light 2 and explore its vast, complex world on December 7th. Thanks, David.
Thank you.
Interesting.
For the first time
Cool.
in the storied history of the franchise,
What's up, Micah?
Microsoft Flight Simulator launched on a home console with the release
Let's
on
go,
Xbox Series
Paris.
X and S last month. Reviewers and gamers alike were blown away by how well the stunning visuals and the depth of the simulation translated to the console, and that's why I'm extremely honored to welcome the head of Microsoft Flight Simulator, York Newman, to the stream. York, thank you for being here. The last time we met was at the Xbox Game Showcase, and it was getting ready to come out on consoles. How did that go?
It went great. As you said, the reaction to the Xbox console launch was really just amazing. Both from Xbox gamers and from the press, they've been so gracious with their feedback. I don't know if you know, but Flight Simulator is one of the highest rated games on Xbox this year, which I think is just great validation that the translation of the simulation to the console has really worked well. Our usage numbers are through the roof. We are absolutely shattering franchise records, and I can tell you there have never been more people playing Flight Simulator than right now. So it's an awesome time.
That is awesome. Congratulations on the launch.
The Phasma.
But
Yo, Phasma.
All right.
I want to.
He's got his aviators.
And
So
it
what's
put
going on
his
with Top Gun?
aviator
There's so much
glasses
going
on.
on, Paris.
Oh my God.
So you and I talked about Top Gun Maverick earlier. The fans are super excited. They saw the FA-18. They can't wait to start flying. And as you know, it comes out later this year as free DLC alongside the movie. But as the movie is still under wraps, so are we. So I can still not tell you that much about it. But there's so much else going on even before Maverick. So we are continuing to do our monthly big releases that we've been doing for a long time. And next month, on September 7th, we are launching World Update 6. And this world update, I mean, at the beginning of the show, if you remember, there was a little red plane flying into Cologne. Well, we did that because World Update 6 updates that region, the region of Gamescom. So Germany, Austria, and Switzerland.
Nice.
And what that means to us is we have new aerial and satellite images. We have a new elevation map that helps us with the mountains. So the Alps actually look awesome now. We have new 3D cities like Frankfurt and Wuppertal in Germany. We have Basel in Switzerland. We have Vienna and Graz in Austria, and those cities look just amazing. They have like 7 centimeters resolution, and it's awesome. But we want to celebrate the entire region, so we picked 100 of the most scenic places, the most famous landmarks, and we call those POIs, and we sort of spread them throughout the simulation, and we also added airports. We did Lübeck and Stuttgart in Germany, and Klagenfurt in Austria, and St. Gallen in Switzerland. And what it ties it all together is missions. We're having new discovery flights, we have new landing challenges, and we have new sort of tours of the country. So they fly you.
I like this Jorg Newman guy. He like does a good job every time he's on
region of Earth. And this is a
stage.
celebration of DACH, of Germany, Austria, and Switzerland. I'm so happy to be able to announce the date here at Gamescom.
You know,
his
really
little red
all the different regions and everything that you're
removed before flight.
The way that you're going to be able to actually highlight
thing that
those.
he has on his
I think it's really cool. But
there.
For us, it's actually not just the region and the visuals. We talked a lot when you study aviation. When you
my
love
ex's
aviation,
father,
like
he would paint. He painted
you actually
airplanes.
realize that
He has
lot of
like a whole
regions of Earth have a
freaking
very special relationship
garbage bag full
with
of those
flying,
things.
with aviation. Sometimes it's the first experiments with aircraft, or a famous pilot, or a feat of aviation, or like a local manufacturer. So we thought to ourselves, why do we not use these world updates to celebrate the planes? So we are announcing a new series. We call them Local Legends. And think about that as planes that are locally well known, like in that region, but outside in the world, not so much. But why not use the world updates to highlight this, to bring these awesome machines to a worldwide audience? So for World Update 6, we picked a German plane from the 1930s. It's called Junkers U-52. In Germany, it's actually named Tante U, so Aunt U. And we think of us as sort of a digital preservation. So we really want to get these planes to an extreme level of detail. We're going out of our way to really go deep. So we're doing a full scan. We take full
That's
scan
literally an
outside
Airbus.
and the inside. As 1 millimeter, which is as good as you can do this. And then we're working with, for the Junkers,
flying sardine can.
Junkers, who is the grandson of the original.
Dying Light 2, Bob. They showed some Dying Light 2.
He had a ton of inside materials. Then we worked with an organization that is preserving.
I wonder.
Surviving
I haven't
examples
played
of the Junkers.
this yet on Xbox. Do they have ultralights in the game yet?
To find
or is it just
pilot that actually flew one of those planes while it was still flying.
You haven't played this yet?
And he lets us
not
know,
yet.
like, is the cockpit
Oh
flying?
man,
The
dude,
sounds
you're
right,
missing
I
out,
haven't
bro.
downloaded. I know. I
So
just
we're having a
haven't been.
blast working with
There's
these
so many
experts
games.
to really
I'm just.
bring these to celebrate this plane, to bring them back.
It's
to
like
life.
incredible.
So
I didn't even anticipate it being
like a
fun,
digital museum for
but playing it,
aviation
I've had
inside
so much
Microsoft Flight
fun just
Simulator.
flying
Yeah,
around.
I mean,
Like, there's so
basically,
much to
it's a
do.
museum with flyable
Certain
planes.
areas
So
look
we're
better than
working with,
others because they haven't
40
done. You know,
museums
they
around
need.
the
They're
world,
gonna do
and
world
it's
updates
honestly one of the
everywhere
funnest parts
eventually,
of the job.
probably. You
end
know,
up working
but
with these curators of planes. These are
if you
and they sort
pay
of see
attention to the
tooth of
areas where
time
they've
in the real world
have
sort
the
of
points of
nagging on their
interest and stuff
remaining
like
planes, and
that,
they're
it's
so
like
happy
it's
when we come
stunning,
in with our
gorgeous.
scanning equipment, and we're basically
Yeah, I played
capturing
it
their
on my
planes, and they
PC.
know that we can digitally
But it was
preserve
like
them
the
in
lowest
perpetuity.
settings.
And we're actually
Yeah,
giving
play it on
them
your
back
play
to
it
the
on your
museum
Series
so they
X,
can
bro.
do something with it.
And
and it's a
it
great
was
collaboration.
bad.
And we're
I
actually not
couldn't
just
like.
looking back
I think
at
I
the
was
history
getting
of
15
aviation, we're also
frames.
looking towards the future. So I have another announcement. We are working with a fascinating German company called Volocopter.
Yeah.
And they're making an eVTOL air taxi for urban traffic. So
Wow,
they have a
cool.
vision of the future, how these
nice.
drone-type machines basically connect people in large cities. We're working directly with the engineering team to make sure that we are capturing their plane, their aircraft perfectly in the flight simulator, and that's coming out in November.
I mean, you weren't kidding when you're saying that there's a lot going on inside of Microsoft Flight Simulator. Is there anything else you want to share?
Yeah, there's one more thing.
Yeah.
We are. I'm so
What's up,
happy to
3-bit?
announce that we've partnered with RARA. That's the Reno Air Racing Association, and every year they put on something called the Steel National Championship Air Race, and we're bringing this to Flight Simulator. So this is the fastest motorsport. This is right down your alley. It's the fastest motorsport on Earth, and I actually brought you a little trailer to look at.
Is it gonna be racing?
Race, speed.
Yeah, that's what that is.
Nice. Heck
We're
yeah.
going to the danger zone, baby. Let's go ahead and
Dude.
show that.
Oh my god.
Air
dude.
racing.
That's awesome. Something that this needed.
Some people have been asking for some kind of like sporting type event or you know.
Yeah. So it takes it kind of gives us more than just a simulation of just flying. Now we can actually race against our buddies.
For
Dude,
all the
that's
people
gonna be
that said it's
awesome.
not a game, is it a game now? Huh? Is it a game now? Tell me.
Is it?
It has racing. Is it a game now?
That's
you know
awesome.
I like going fast.
You had that
and
one
you know
planned,
I
didn't
love
you,
being
Matt?
in the danger zone.
No, I didn't know.
Coming out.
Man, these planes, they fly 500 miles, faster than 500 miles an hour, 50 to 250 feet above the ground. So you are definitely going to be in the danger zone. I mean, without going into too much detail, this Reno Air Race is actually the largest expansion we have since we
it's
launched on
releasing
Flight Simulator.
this fall.
It's not just because we scanned all the famous race planes of the world. There's lots of them. This is also the first time when you can basically race against your friends and pilots across the planet. And so a competitive multiplayer is coming to Microsoft Flight Simulator. And
Insane.
that will definitely test your pilot skills. And you ask, when is it coming out? This is coming out this fall, so it's right around the corner.
Oh, that is fantastic. And
This
you
game's only
know
going to keep
I
getting
have the
better
need
and
for
better
speed,
and
so
better.
I can't wait to get my hands on this and participate in some of these air races.
Awesome, man. We got you covered.
All right, thank you. If going fast on the ground is more your speed, keep an eye out for extended looks.
Simulators
for
are games,
Horizon 5
though, too,
later on
Paul,
in the stream.
for sure.
We'll also talk with
Because
Wasteland 3
there's a
game
lot of sims
director
out there,
about the game's
you know, not
next big
just
DLC.
flight sim.
But first,
It's a
if you're
genre.
an Xbox Game Pass subscriber, we have some great
And I have a
news for
lot
you.
of fun playing it.
Oh, let's see what you got on Game Pass.
indie games the last couple years.
Oh, for sure.
All those on Game Pass again.
Yep.
Wow.
Actually,
There's
everything we
your
see here
money's
should
worth
be
on
in Game Pass,
Pass
pretty
right
much.
there.
Even more
Except for
games
Dying
to
Light.
Game Pass. But let's talk about what's coming up. We're talking Age of Empires 4, the game's creative director, and we're going to see
Oh,
what's
this
next
chick
for
is
Sea of
from,
Thieves. But now
GameStack
we've got a new
Live.
roguelike retro shooter
Yeah.
that, in grand retro fashion, sends you plundering through shifting dungeons.
I don't
It's
want to
the
see
spirit
Age of
Eldritch
Empires
Terror.
4
Let's
again
dive
until you tell
into
me it's coming to console.
Exactly.
Maybe that's what they're announcing. Ooh.
And I doubt it.
Nah.
They keep it reiterating PC only.
Oh wow, this looks cool.
Yeah, this is like 8-bit visuals, but like in 3D. You know, it's like Quake, actually. It's like those old graphics.
Yeah.
Unless my screen's just pixelated for some reason.
No, that's what it looks like.
Okay.
There, that one. That's what I'm talking about.
This looks pretty cool. What does it say? Into Hell
Into the
Pit.
pit.
Oh, Into the Pit.
The pit.
Nice.
Right
Yep.
on.
Coming out for Xbox.
Play it
And,
day one on console.
Well, I am here
Cool.
with creative
Console.
director of
Nice.
World's Edge, Adam I's created.
Yeah, don't put that
I'm so
before
excited
Age of
to talk to you
Empires
more,
4.
because you've brought something a little different and very special today.
Yeah, I have. So, you know, so far we've been showing everyone kind of what Age looks like from in the game, you know, when you're playing it. You've gotten to see a lot of footage of that. And we've also shown a little bit of our campaigns, right, through when we unveiled the 100 Years' War and showed Joan of Arc. But we have yet another way in Age of Empires 4 that we're kind of bringing history to life that we haven't talked about yet.
See, you do this to me. You put me in suspense. I want to know more, so let's go with it.
Well,
Let's hear more.
Okay, wait, you get one moment of suspense. Okay, that's enough. So what we brought today is we have these wonderful little videos that we've created that are interspersed amongst the campaign, and they're about 3 to 5 minutes each. And we have over an hour of them total, and they're called Hands-on Histories. And what they are is a great way to like deep dive on certain fun subjects from the cultures we're representing and just from medieval history.
Excellent. Well, I hear you've actually brought one of those segments that you're going to share here for the very first time.
Yes, I have. We are going to show you the segment on one of the most popular units from Age of Empires franchise and a fan favorite, the Trebuchet.
Excellent. Well, this I got to see. Let's take a look.
A counterweight trebuchet was the king of all siege engines. A catapult capable of smashing down castle walls from great distances.
Pretty much.
Cool. There's
At Warwick
trebuchets.
Castle
Because
in
this is all.
England, they've built
Yeah.
a replica, one of the largest in the world. Originating in 7th century China, by the 13th century, trebuchets had evolved into devastatingly powerful weapons.
Such a simple design, but so effective.
It has several key features. A pivoted arm with a weight at one end, and a sling to hold the projectile at the other. To prime, the 6-ton weight is raised using tread wheels.
So this is one of the wheels, one of 2 that's attached to an axle, which would lift the counterweight, weighing 6 tons. It's based on muscle power alone. What's essential about launching a projectile as far as possible is making sure that this end of the arm is moving as fast as possible. So once that weight drops, it really sends this point of the arm moving at its highest velocity.
This was done by positioning the pivot close to the counterweight and by launching the projectile from a sling.
It's pretty obvious,
When
you know.
released,
Yeah.
the sling whips round.
I don't know why they're spending this much time trying to
Why?
explain
I don't know.
how a
but this is-
trebuchet works.
Trebuchets were carefully
We
aimed,
know how
like
trebuchets
modern
work.
guns.
This is
in order to weaken the castle,
Ladies,
Not
like,
necessary.
I have Discovery Channel, thank you.
Yeah.
Every single time.
I don't know what they're doing with this.
I don't know what they're doing with
No,
this.
this is the History Channel, lady.
They all had to be the same weight and shape. To achieve this,
This
Masons
isn't
used the
necessary,
gauge.
though. Not
I'm
to
gonna
play the
load
game.
This projectile into the sling.
I'll say it's cool,
must
but
weigh
I
about
don't tune into a
25
game
kilograms.
show to watch
Some
this.
projectiles
You know what I
can
mean?
go up to
I watch this stuff
Exactly.
like
That's the
when
weight
I'm
of
like
2 men.
playing on my phone in bed at night. You know what I mean? Like,
trebuchets were also used.
Let's try that
for
trebuchet
burning
out, man.
tar, beehives, even dead bodies. Anything to cause
Well, we know
maximum
this.
distress
We're
to
not
the enemy.
stupid.
Do you hear that whoosh?
It was the counterweight trebuchet's lethal combination of power and accuracy that made it the ultimate medieval siege weapon.
Yeah, but they
You
could
know I'm gonna
educate
say
people on their own time
trebuchet.
pool.
You know,
Okay.
because that is awesome and remarkably unique, something you don't see in games very often.
Yeah, so, you know, one of the things when we were looking
yeah,
at
use
what
the
we
game to
did with
educate in the
Empires
game.
before, there's a phrase I'm really
You know,
fond of, which is,
like
history
not
is only
with
as
the
interesting as the people who
Gamescom
taught it
like
to you.
showing
And
of
you could
the
say that about any
game.
subject,
Like,
really, right? But I think the
it'd be
great thing
nice
is
if
when
they
you have someone that's so
had like
enthusiastic and passionate
information like
about
that
history,
where
it
in
really
the
comes
game you
across.
could like
We wanted to be that
watch
kind
these
of
little
history for
videos
history.
and stuff. That'd be pretty
And
cool.
there's a phrase called humanized history that I use to kind of describe what we tried to do, which is we tried to like connect past and present. And you can see that kind of in our briefings as well, where we've got like real stuff with like CG kind of overlaid to show you the history. And so for these, we really wanted to do that same thing. So ourselves and Relic partnered with this amazing group in the UK called Lion TV, and they've done production on an amazing amount of shows and documentaries for the BBC and won every award you can imagine for media. And they travel to all of these locations in all these different countries to meet with these subject matter experts and get all of this great footage on how things really worked and how things were made. And it's been delightful to kind of go through that process and, you know, get all these and finally start showing them to everyone.
Okay, so are those going to be in the game? Is that why they're showing it to us, like those videos? Okay, if that's the case, that's pretty cool then. They're giving us an example of this special feature.
Oh, well, favorites. Oh, man. Well,
That actually
I think
is
my
interesting.
personal favorite is one called Medieval Surgery. And I'm going to let your imagination go with what we might show and what we might talk about in that one.
Yeah.
But the thing I love about them is that they go all over the place. So, you know, we've got ones on warfare and castle building and like how they kept flaming arrows
Yeah, that's
from
pretty
not going
cool.
out when you shot
That's what
them.
they're doing, Jasper. I didn't know that.
But we've also got all of these ones on, you know, like illuminated history and hawk falconing and, you know, like horse taming, armor creation. And there's even one on Mongolian instrumentation, which is really cool because those instruments, we actually use them in the soundtrack for the Mongols when you're playing as them in the campaign, in the game.
I mean, I just love the behemoth amount of history that you guys. Age of Empires, always known for bringing history alive in a completely different way. And I also love to mention this to people that you and the team do so much research, and it's so great to see this approach being used in a hands-on history kind of segment. But I mean, what was that approach like to sort of, you know, sell going forward, especially since it's such a unique in-game experience?
Well, the cool thing was it was there from day one. It was one of the things I was really wanted to do is try to tell these stories in a different way. But I'll tell you, like full disclosure, it's been insane.
I mean, we knew that this wasn't going to be.
We're trying something completely different that no one's ever done before.
What we got from
in a
E3,
game, right? We're history, but we're a game, but we're teaching you things, but you're having fun, and finding that middle ground has been really challenging. And you know, every time we've tried to show, we've shown the campaigns or we've shown these hands-on histories, I've been like, oh god, is it gonna
mixed
work?
feelings
like,
on
people gonna like
being,
this. And the great thing is, so
having
far,
a
everyone
history
that's really
channel
experienced the entire thing put together have just been like, wow, this is great, and it's so different and kind of cool and refreshing. So, so far so good, right? But yeah, it's been
yeah. If this is like an optional thing to watch in the game, I'm all for it. You know, like for me, like
because we are coming towards
because
the
then
end
I can
of
like,
this development
oh
journey for
cool, I
Age
want to learn
4.
about this or whatever. Like that seems pretty fascinating. Make it more interesting what you're playing,
you know, October
having just
28th,
seen the video. That could be pretty
We are launching
cool.
the game. You can
I
go
think
to
they should have explained that before they showed the trebuchet thing.
Title, and if you're really excited,
So that way I'm not just sitting there watching it, be like, what are they doing? You know.
Pre-order the game right now. And of
It's
course,
definitely
we will be
slowing
there
it
day
down
one,
again.
Xbox Game Pass for PC as well, so anyone that's on that can just grab the game and start playing. But
yes, I believe you are a part of something very special.
Yes, so Gamescom opening night live.
Yes.
11 a.m. Pacific time. There might be something Age of Empires related in there, so if you're a fan, you probably should tune in.
Oh, a bit of a tease from Mr. Ice Green.
Maybe.
And I like it very much. Adam, thank you so much for joining us here.
Always a pleasure, Kate.
Always a pleasure. Age of Empires 4 looks
I
fantastic.
swear to God,
so I cannot
if
wait.
the tease
October
is the
28th,
trebuchet
Near
video
Shibuya.
again,
Now we have tons
I'm
coming
gonna
up here
burn the
today,
building
including
down.
a new update for State of Decay 2 and an extended look at Forza Horizon 5 with our friends at Playground Games. But now, let's catch up with Paris, who's gone from flying the skies in Microsoft Flight Sim to a different kind of cloud.
That's right, Kate. Xbox Cloud Gaming is already available on Windows PCs, mobile phones, and tablets. And now, it's coming to Xbox consoles. The future with cloud gaming sounds bright. No waiting to install, no running out of hard drive space, no waiting to patch, and no buying a new console just to play with your friends. See how the vision of cloud gaming will bring people together without barriers.
So when I think about cloud and when I think about gaming, those two things together to me really show you the future where you can pick up something and you could play it anywhere and you could do it quickly.
Oh, I missed that, Paul. I just heard them talk about it. We have trebuchets in the game, and now here's a video about how they about trebuchets.
Great. I mean, that's pretty awesome.
This actually looks so good.
Games are large and you want to keep the ones that you know you love on your hard drive. Xbox Cloud Gaming is about being able to discover the new ones right away. It's super exciting that for our Game Pass Ultimate members, they will get to experience Xbox Cloud Gaming on whatever console they have.
Cloud gaming is really about looking at how people play differently. I know me in particular.
Does this mean cloud gaming's coming to consoles finally?
It should be.
I think that's what he just said.
Yeah.
That you look for on
nice. Save
Yeah,
space on your
this is
console.
what they're saying, for sure.
Finally, holy
is huge.
shit.
What's crazy about this is like the latency.
Big
This
news.
is the kind of stuff you need with cloud gaming.
Oh, 60 frames? That's actually very smooth.
The process itself to get into cloud gaming feels like you're playing on console, right? You go, you find the game you want, you press play.
It's so easy nowadays. You can pick up any device and pretty much play any Xbox game on Game Pass.
Heck yeah.
If my friends have titles
That's
I don't
fucking
have yet,
awesome.
I can just wait for them to send me an invite.
Bro, I
It
can
makes
play Flight Sim
content just
from
so
my
much more
Xbox without
accessible.
having download it.
I really love the
No,
flexibility.
but I want like
It's awesome.
the 4K textures
Everything
and
that Xbox
everything,
is
then I
doing
would
right now
download
is
it.
just getting rid of the
But you're gonna
limits
want that for
of
Flight Sim.
having to be
Yeah, that's what they
Yeah,
say.
but-
Keep the games that you really want to keep on hard drive and then play the rest
Gen
on
8
cloud.
Consoles can play Gen 9 content. Isn't that so cool?
With cloud gaming, we have the ability, because you are connecting to consoles that are in our data centers,
Xbox One
to
can
allow
play
the
Series
Gen
X
8
games.
customers, the
They
Xbox
just
One customers,
said that.
to play games
That
the
is
hardware wouldn't
huge.
have been able to play.
And now you understand
There's
why
so
there
much
was not a need for
opportunity when it comes to
such
thinking
great
about how we can make
storage.
content more readily available and let people
You
play
know, huge
when they
storage.
want to. Sign me up. I'm ready for cloud gaming right now. Let's do it.
That
When's the release
is
date? When is the release?
huge. Wow.
This is definitely going to save on my SSD space, also removable.
August
Awesome.
9th saw the
Papa.
release of the free optimized update for Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice on the Xbox Series
Yeah, lady, I
S
think
and
you'll really
X,
enjoy it
with
when you get
beautiful
it.
and rich visuals thanks to the addition of ray tracing and improved materials alongside performance updates. This is the perfect opportunity to relive Senua's journey or experience it for the first time. And if you haven't played this, do yourself a favor, grab a pair of headphones and immerse yourself into this world.
Agreed. Speaking of unique experiences on Game Pass, the Xbox Plays team will be taking a look at some ID at Xbox titles over the next few days, including 12 Minutes and The Big Con.
They're also talking with developers from Halo, the Master Chief Collection, Forza Horizon 5, and Destiny 2. So join the live Q&A to get your burning questions answered. You can catch all of those streams on twitch.tv/Xbox.
Speaking of Forza Horizon 5, don't forget our friends at Playground Games will give us an extended look at their monument to motoring in Mexico later on.
That includes never-before-seen areas of the game map, plus cars.
I'm just thinking about
been in the Forza franchise before.
playing
I've loved everything
while
I've
downloading
seen of Forza
games,
Horizon 5 so far,
right?
and I can't wait.
Yeah,
Kate,
so now you can play the
there's
game.
more games to check out, right?
Well,
Downloads.
right, you are, Paris. Let's talk Wasteland 3. Their newest
Just
DLC
invite the people
introduces
you
us
want to
a new
play with,
cult.
and
The
bang,
cult
away you
of
go.
the Holy Detonation.
When did they say that was hitting?
Holy detonation is life.
That I don't remember.
Deep within Cheyenne Mountain weave.
Did any of you, everybody in the chat, see when they said that it was going to be live?
Mutations you see before you. Set on a
This looks like a
path.
tactic style game. Or
August 9th. No.
August 9th? Well, August. Wait, what? That's already past August 9th.
No, they're talking about Sego.
Oh, yeah, I missed that bit.
Oh, okay.
I'm trying to find it for you.
Back says thinks holiday 2021. Wasteland 3. What I
Holiday
didn't know that was
2021. Definitely.
Wasteland 3 expansion. Nice. Wasteland 3 is a great game. So freaking funny, too.
With new patches, bug fixes, and added features, like a fine wine, Wasteland 3 just gets better with age. To really savor the game,
The cloud gaming on the Xbox consoles, Jasper.
Game director David Rogers. David, thank you for joining us.
I'm super stoked to be here. Thanks.
So in the trailer, we saw that the DLC is coming out on October 5th, but we know, In Exile Wasteland 3, you guys have been working on this for a very long time. So can you kind of talk about that journey?
Yeah, our dev team has been working nonstop full tilt, trying to make Wasteland 3 the best version of itself it could be. Over the past year since it's released, we've added features, we've balanced, we've listened to the community, we've fixed bugs, added stability, and I really think that the version that we have now is the absolute best version of the game, and if you've never played it before, now's an awesome time to jump in.
Well, congratulations on everything that you've been doing with Wasteland 3. Now, this DLC is called The Cult of the Holy Detonation. Now, talk about that a little bit. Tell me what's going to go into this DLC. What should we be excited about?
Right, so you've heard of Cheyenne Mountain, right?
Yes.
For those who haven't, Cheyenne Mountain is this top secret military complex buried deep in the heart of Cheyenne Mountain in the middle of Colorado. It's designed to outlast a nuclear winter. And so when you hit level 16, an old friend calls you and says, hey, I need your help securing this secret military base and all the secrets within. And as soon as you get there, you find two warring cults battling over supremacy, trying to take control of the Holy Detonation, which is this pre-war science experiment that they worship as a god. And, these cultists are insane, they're mutated, they've gone totally mad, and all they want to do is share the holy radiation with you and your entire ranger team. How generous.
Yeah, that sounds a lot cooler than some of the cults I may have joined in the past, but this is typical Wasteland fashion. We're really going to be able to get in there and mix it up, right?
Right. So you and your ranger team insert yourself right smack dab in the middle of their holy war, which, what could go wrong?
Yeah.
And this is a Wasteland game, so you decide everything. Choice and consequence is our bread and butter. And so you decide who lives, who dies, who gets screwed over, who takes charge. You're deciding the fate of the cults, the Holy Detonation, Cheyenne Mountain, and ultimately all of Colorado. This is really your game to craft and mold.
That's awesome. So the last expansion was the Battle of Steel Town, right? You had giant robots and things like that. So, what are you going to do to actually top something like that from the last expansion?
Right. So we wanted returning players to find something that they could never find in another version or in previous versions of Wasteland 3. And so we built this as a Wasteland-style dungeon crawl. And in there, you find this awesome mix of mystery, exploration. You're meeting these crazy cultists who have been locked in this pre-war time capsule, and some of the raddest boss battles we have ever been able to build in a Wasteland game.
That's awesome. I want to get back to the crazy cultists, but talk to me about these big boss battles. I want to hear more about that.
Right. So we took the best parts of Wasteland combat and we breathed new life into it with objective-based combat, which are basically super rad boss battles. It's no longer you're huddling in a corner, throwing down turrets, just going on murderous rampages. It's not about killing, it's about getting the job done. And so now combat doesn't end until the mission is over. We send you on proper combat missions. You're in there breaking into prisons, rescuing killing POWs. You're disrupting these high-tech cultist rituals. You are splitting your fire team and coordinating like you never have had to before. Like, everyone on your team has a job, and I really think this is going to take old players who know their Ranger team like the back of their hands, and it's going to make them scratch their head and really have to rethink how they go about combat and making it new, exciting, and challenging in a, like, mentally in a way we haven't been able to really do before with just straight up murder combat.
Now, Wasteland has a reputation for getting a little silly.
Right.
What are some of the weird characters we can expect in some of the story encounters we'll see in the game?
Yeah, with Cult of the Holy Detonation, we really got to cut our devs loose and just let them be creative and fun and silly. Like, Exile's modus operandi is if we're like brainstorming and something makes us laugh, we just put it in the game. That's just how we do it, and we pick up the pieces afterwards. Because we want to make something that entertains us, and then we know if we're having fun, our fans are going to have fun along with us. And so we got to explore, like, really letting you get deep into this like weird radiation cult and let you interact with them and talk with them, and tell stories and like maybe even join them. And so, like, for instance, one of the characters you meet, one of the first cultists you meet, is this slathering beast. He's got like claws and fangs and spikes jutting out, and he's drooling, but he's like the nicest guy in Cheyenne Mountain. Like, you meet him and he's like, hey guys, you should like come in here and like soak up some of these rads, it'll be great. And he Sherpas you in and lets you meet the whole cult. And like, and another one of my favorites is the Proteus. He's what you get if you took like 20 cultists and you like melted them into a big pile, kind of like I would do this with like a magnifying glass. I would like melt like army guys and like GI Joes into a big pile, and he's wet and sloppy and gross, and he's hard to understand, and he needs a translator supposedly, but he's like your #1 fan. And getting to build like this totally out there wild extreme character was a ton of fun to write for. It's a ton of fun to like explore like what makes this cult tick, and he's an absolute blast. Hell, even some of the weapons that you find in Cheyenne Mountain, they're devolved cultists. Like, there's one guy and he kind of devolved into this like vomiting bagpipe creature, and he has this real like kill me vibe about him. But we get to play with these fun body horror themes that let us jackknife between sort of like dark and serious and like goofy and funny, which is a line that Wasteland really loves to ride. Like, you know, a lot of really important stuff is at stake, but, you know, the Wasteland's a pretty bizarre place.
Oh, I can imagine. Now, we talked before, you've been working on Wasteland 3 for a while. There's already expansions that are out there. But say I'm a new player. Say I'm watching this right now and I'm like, man, I want to get into Wasteland 3. What would you suggest for new players wanting to get into this?
And like I said at the top, like, Wasteland is like the best version of itself right now because of all the work we put into it over the past year.
Yeah, I need to get back to
this.
And
so you can get the whole thing with the Colorado collection. That's the base game plus Cult of the Holy Detonation and Battle of Steeltown, all for a discount. Or if you have Game Pass, you already have Wasteland 3. Just download it and play it, and then you can get both expansions with the expansion pass.
That is awesome. Now, to kind of recap this a little bit, we've talked about, you know, spewing pus bags and these weird characters and the cults and the boss battles and all these really cool things that are going to be in Wasteland 3. But please remind everyone before we get out of here, when can you pick up this DLC?
Right, this work of passion, it comes out on October 5th. We're really stoked.
That is awesome. So this is the Cult of the Holy Detonation.
Cult of the Holy Detonation.
Coming October 5th. David, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks, Byrnes. Appreciate it.
All right. In the 3 years since its launch, Sea of Thieves has played host to some incredible crossovers, including unique ship sets inspired by games like Battletoads, State of Decay, Halo, and more. Today, we're excited to announce a brand new special event that will award players an all-new ship as a part of the latest wild crossover heading to Sea of Thieves. Better yet, this event begins tomorrow, so get ready to make some mayhem, and let's get our first look at this very special ship.
Oh. What are they teasing us here?
A Borderlands ship.
I know, but come on, like they're like, yeah.
Guten Tag, everyone. Really cool to be a part of this all-digital games.
That'd be hilarious.
I'm thinking, what's the
Do you
best
know how
way to
hilarious it
celebrate
would be if
Gamescom and to be a part of this
Xbox
as Sea of
acquires
Thieves? And so we're
Take
really
two.
excited to reveal that we're bringing the Mayhem ship set
You
that
know how
you've just seen.
insane
a
that
really,
would
really
be?
cool ship that's inspired by Borderlands.
Oh yeah,
into Sea of
I mean that would be
Thieves, and we're
crazy.
giving all of our players a chance to earn it. during
That there ain't no way that's happening though.
So it's been really cool
I
to
think
work
Take
with
Two's just
Borderlands
looking to
team
keep
bring
acquiring
this ship
stuff
to life
themselves.
and giving all of our players the chance to earn
But
it.
this is the
as part of
second,
this live event that we've
like they
cunningly
did
titled Mayhem. You might know
Borderlands
this.
content
You
in
can probably
Fortnite
guess
also.
the kind of activities that are
Yeah.
involved. But if you head to Larina at any of the outposts in the Sea of Thieves world, she'll be able to fill you in on the details of what you need to go do to earn the ship set. So we hope everybody gets a chance to take part in this awesome time-limited event. So it starts today, and it runs through to September the 7th. So that's the time period you've got to get your hands on the Mayhem ship set. And I think that's it from me. So as always, I will see you on the seas.
So you have 2 weeks. 2 weeks to get your Borderlands out.
Making Mayhem.
Now, what'd be cool would be like the little Mayhem characters as pirates.
Yeah.
Hope. It's always been a dangerous world in Trumbull Valley.
Oh, is this what is this?
This is State of Decay.
2?
It's hope.
Part
No,
2?
I think it's expansions. I think or
Yeah.
DLC.
They reunite soldiers.
This is a
part two.
timed event.
For 2, yeah.
Sea of
It
Thieves.
builds new bonds. And in the face of a
I thought you
growing
meant 3. Yeah, you know, yeah.
No, 2.
threat is the greatest weapon we have.
No, because if they're gonna show something of State of Decay 3, it would have been on E3.
Yeah, for sure. Anybody hasn't played State of Decay in a while? If you have a Series X,
Welcome back to Trumbull Valley.
Homecoming. Okay.
you going back to the place from State of Decay 1, maybe?
Well, just like zombies themselves, it seems everything old is new again in
Yeah.
State of Decay 2. And we have a guest to walk us through this Undead update. Please join me in welcoming Undead Labs Director of Communications, Wanda Russell. Hello, Wanda. How are you?
Hello, I'm great. It's great to be here. Talk about the Homecoming update releasing on September 1st. We are very excited to get this into players' hands.
You are indeed. So let's talk about the Homecoming update. Obviously, we are coming back to Trumbull Valley. We were there for Heartland, the update, back in 2019. Talk to me about the differences, and I'll sit right here and listen because you're adorable.
So Heartland is the story mode within the game, but it's a very linear, narrative-driven experience. You know, players couldn't move their communities there. So that's all changed with the Trumbull Valley map. It is the 5th core open world map. It's fully remastered, and it expands into 2 territories that were completely inaccessible in Heartland. So players can return to Trumbull Valley with their communities, start new communities there, and really start exploring everything that the new map has to offer.
So then, would Homecoming be a sequel then to Heartland?
That's
Yeah,
the new
exactly
trendy
right.
thing, though,
So
Phasma.
the events
Shave
of Heartland,
half your side of your
kind
head off.
play out. You see what happens in Trumbull Valley. So we think of it as the 3rd part of our Trumbull saga that began with the original State of Decay game, continued into Heartland, and now we see what has happened since then and what storylines might be coming to a close. So there is a lot for players to discover, a lot of environmental storytelling to find, and you know, things have changed. So this isn't the Trumbull Valley that players might remember. So that's going to be exciting.
Interesting. Well, and anytime you expand something like Trumbull Valley, you just have to have a juggernaut of content, pun intended. Talk to me a little bit about what some of those things are that players can get in on here now in the expanded Trumbull Valley.
Yes, a ton of new content. In fact, we're doing something unique with the Trumbull
nothing
Valley
big
map.
yet, lady.
There are items there that you can only find on that map and nowhere else in the game, including 12 new hats and outfits, 10 new very cool weapons. We've got 6 new bases, 2 new achievements for achievement hunters. And on top of that, we are adding the game's 12th bounty pack. So that will be available from the bounty broker across all maps. And I have to say, they are some of the coolest weapons I have ever seen go into the game. I'm so excited for people to find them.
A juggernaut amount of content, and I don't care who sees that second pun of the day. That works out great. But let's talk about the State of Decay community, because it's absolutely an integral part to this entire franchise. And State of Decay being on Xbox Game Pass, how has that impacted the community? How has that impacted the game? Talk to me about those.
It's been fantastic, and we have an amazing community. We love them so much. In fact, one of the reasons we're doing Trumbull Valley as a map is because it was one of the most requested features from the community, which also makes it very exciting for us to be able to say, we did it, you get it. And we have a major milestone that we're celebrating. State of Decay 2 has 10 million lifetime players.
Wow.
10 million lifetime hang your hat on that. I absolutely love that. That
really grateful.
Incredible, amazing news. Congratulations to you and the entire team at Undead Labs, man. Fantastic work. Well, speaking of Xbox Game Pass, let's give me the deets.
Oh, lady, it's awesome.
The update. So the update releases September 1st. It's a free update for all State of Decay 2 owners, and it's included with Xbox Game Pass. Happy homecoming.
I had a feeling when they announced that Paris and I still can't remember her name. We're going to be hosting. This was going to be the style of the show, but I was hoping we have a couple of the bigger things in there. So maybe towards the end, we'll see. I will say the cloud gaming thing though, and the flight sim racing are the two biggest announcements for me so far. What is this? Stray Blade?
Yeah.
Pre-alpha build.
.505 games.
Art style looks Kingdoms of Amalur-ish.
Point Blank.
Is that Howard the Duck down there?
In Stray Blade, you discover the mystical lost valley of Akria, a world which ranges from overgrown temple ruins to frozen caves and winding canyons. A game world that changes based on your victories and plenty of dudes to stab in blade-to-blade combat. If that weren't enough, you even get a fuzzy little pal to help you out. Between the epic fights and this small guy, there's clearly a lot going on here. So let's hear more from Point Blank Games about Stray Blade.
Hello everybody, I'm Leonard Couch, Game Director at Point Blank Games, and today I will show you Stray Blade.
Loving the music.
Stray Blade is an action RPG where you play a rogue adventurer who is exploring the ancient valley of Akria with his companion, a witty wolf named Boji. Unveil the history of the Forgotten Valley, muster the powers of the 3 Akrian metals to restore balance to this war-torn land.
That is the how, as well as the why.
Combat and exploration are the 2 key elements of our game. Let's dive into the combat first. Our combat system merges strategic anticipation of enemy attacks with split-second blade-to-blade reactions. It is the high noon of skill-based melee weapon combat.
I know, right?
To achieve that, we put our hearts into creating fluid, well-readable animations and epic cinematic finishers. You can choose from multiple weapon categories that can be combined to fit your playstyle. Now, let's take a look at the exploration. Akria's colorful world ranges from overgrown city ruins to frozen caves and winding canyons. Together with your companion, explore the deepest corners of an ever-changing world bristling with adventure. Every discovery holds treasure. Find rare materials, recipes, weapons, lore pieces, and beautiful places. Change is part of your journey, where every
I'm getting Kingdom of Amalur vibes
when
from
you
this.
die, time keeps moving forward. Enemy skills stay dead, new foes invade camps that you weakened, and when Boji revives you, only one thing is certain. The change you brought shapes what now awaits you.
Interesting. It's got like roguelike elements or something.
Yeah, it reminds me of that.
We hope you enjoyed the first look at Stray Blade, which will be out next year. And keep an eye on our social media channels for more information.
Stray Blade. Gonna be on my radar.
Yeah.
Next up, one of the most unique games finally comes to Xbox.
Yeah,
2022.
Unique. As in, my evil twin murdered 4 of my husbands because they secretly are in love with me. Unique.
In case that didn't tip you off, we're talking about Crusader Kings 3, the medieval grand strategy and role-playing game that has you trying to defend your royal line from those that would conquer your kingdom.
Hour and a half, lady.
And evil twins, apparently.
Yeah, it's coming to Xbox as an adaptation, not a direct port, meaning that the UI and controls have been refined to bring that grand strategy experience to a controller.
Not to mention bringing the grand strategy experience.
He can do it.
to my comfy
Age
living
can
room
do
couch.
it.
We'll all be ruling from our throne room soon enough.
Yeah.
Check out Crusader Kings 3 now, coming to Xbox consoles.
My son, we must never forget the crimes committed against us. Your father sought his glorious revenge and failed.
Oh, I played this on PC.
He never understood that the greatest wars are won with weddings, not warriors.
This is okay. This is not like...
Daggers, not swords.
There is a huge following for this game, but it's okay.
Only the small-minded.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of like a Civilization type game.
Yeah, like
Yeah, a bit like that.
The real game
so you're either
generations.
you know a king and then or a queen,
You see,
and you marry
real
yourself
strategy
off, and
requires cunning.
it's definitely a strategy type game that I know Pong liked this game a lot on PC, so he'll be excited for this game.
Mm-hmm.
Not for everyone, I can tell you that.
Crusader Kings 3 is
Not
wild.
for me.
You really haven't lived until you've made an 8-year-old the King of England.
I'm glad they're bringing games like this to console. Though
Some
they
weird
like,
stuff this past year.
there's a lot of people that they are
Weird,
for,
like,
like
diving into people's brains and exploring their mental universes projected into a psychedelic 60s
and they're supposed to be
wonderland kinda
good.
weird.
Like
Exactly that kind of
Psychonauts
weird,
2.
Which means I am so excited for Psychonauts to finally get a sequel. It has been so long.
There really
Reviews
is
are
something special about
amazing
Psychonauts,
for
isn't
this.
There really
Absolutely.
is indeed. Now,
Can't wait to
think
play
about
it.
this. 2005, when Psychonauts originally
6
came out,
more
it was a
hours.
different time for
The
gaming.
one
Most of the
person
biggest
that
games
talked to
you
me
were talking
about it
Resident Evil 4,
is
Battlefield
enamored,
2, Call
so
of Duty
I think it's going to
2.
be good.
They were great
Yeah.
games, for sure. But they were all big, beefy shooter games.
Meanwhile, Psychonauts had humor, whimsy, and surprisingly heartfelt moments. It was an oasis of color and humanity in an era when games were increasingly turning grimy, dark, and combative.
Not to mention having some deceptively deep
Kind of a
character
double
moments.
fine passion project,
That's why the original is considered a cult classic.
It has been a long time coming, and it is finally here. Enjoy this long-awaited launch trailer for Psychonauts.
Well, this shouldn't take too long.
With psychic powers, he dives into your mind.
My name is Raz, and I'm the new intern. And today is my first day on the job.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Did you forget everything I taught you about levitation, Rasputin?
I'm not supposed to check out equipment to interns.
You did what?
Can't we just... No. Quit picking on the new kid. We were all new once, in case you forgot.
I've got eyes on the target.
Seriously serious.
And I've got eyes on me.
All I see is another unruly peasant.
Oh boy.
Maligula.
Does that sound like 007 music to you?
It does.
Yeah. That's how they went to that 007 intro, and
With the eye.
you're
Yeah.
a secret agent now.
Leave it to me.
Oh, that's
Absolutely awesome.
You played as a student in the first one, and now what you learn, hopefully you can progresses into this,
I
and
could
then
not
now
be more
you're
excited for Psychonauts
well,
2
an
because
intern.
I gotta be honest, me and that original game, we got some beef that needs settling. If you know, you know. The meat circus level, it is infamous, it is brutal, it is difficult to say the least. It's the final level of the original game that came out, and I cannot believe I'm doing the math on this one. 16 years ago, Tim Schafer and Lizette Teatree Montgomery. I am definitely dating myself, but you all welcome from Double Fine Productions. Thank you so much for being here. Tim, can you believe it has been 16 years? I almost said 19 years.
Yeah, it feels like only yesterday, but it kind of was for Raz because the story picks up right where the first game left off. And even though it has been a lot of years, it's a game that matters a lot to us. We really love it here at Double Fine, and we know that a lot of fans, it meant a lot to them. And so we really want to be true to the spirit of the first game, which we were able to do because we brought back a lot of the same voice actors, and we also have a lot of people on the team here that worked on the first game, as well as bringing on a bunch of new people like Lisette.
Thank you. It was really important for us to carry the legacy forward, especially the cool style of Wonk that is very prevalent in the first game.
Style of Wonk. Just put it on a shirt. I'm in there for it. Let's roll it back a bit. Of course, this can be kind of a trippy idea if you're not familiar. Psychonauts, they still jump into people's minds, I'm assuming, like the first game, right? So if a Psychonaut sort of dove into my brain, it would be like a lot of Ted Lasso quotes and French Bulldog memes. Am I correct, Tim?
Yeah, that's what's fun about a Psychonauts game is that all the levels are different, just like every person is different, based on their personality. If you could jump into someone's mind, what would it look like in there? What would be the color of the sky, and like who would the monsters be? And in Psychonauts, you get to do that because Raz has the power of astral projection. And when he goes in, he gets to fight those monsters and help people deal with their nightmares and wrestle with their inner demons. And so there's a ton of variety, and there's a lot of anything goes. We can go to any location, we can have any art style, and coming up with new levels for the second game was really fun to do.
Well, I loved it from the first game, certainly. Let's talk a little bit about how that kind of concept expresses itself in the game world. I mean, Psychonauts 2 has got it all over the place, I'm sure.
Yeah, it was really important for us to carry forward the unique brain worlds and unique levels from the first game and the unique style as well. So we were really focused on how we could bring forward that style in Wonk and also bring in new levels and enemies.
Now, of course, it wouldn't be Psychonauts without new mental demons, and I'm sure it's happening in Psychonauts 2. What does this mean? Does it mean basically is that we're finally able to slap COVID anxiety in the face?
Well, I don't know if you get to slap anxiety in your face, but you definitely get to slap some panic attacks, and COVID definitely caused a lot of those. In addition to panic attacks, some of our old enemies have also come back. Our sensors are our favorites, and they're definitely here. And in addition to that, we also have our doubts. And some new enemies. There's our lovely sensor. Also some regrets, some flying regrets. There are a ranged enemy, and they definitely are challenging. Our doubts are our slow, sticky melee enemy. You're also seeing our enabler here. He energizes our whole combat troop. So we have a whole cast that you can battle and fight with.
Including the new bad mood.
Including the bad mood.
Which is
it's an electric storm of feelings that you have to fight.
Now, for those who haven't played the original, available now on Xbox Game Pass, by the way, wink. Tim, why is Raz so good at rummaging through brains?
Raz is, he has some very special skills. He has two whole sets of skills, one being the acrobatic skills he learned growing up in the circus. He can balance on tightropes, jump on trampolines, swing on trapezes, and that helps him navigate and get around to all kinds of interesting places. But he also has this other side to his personality, which is that he's a powerful psychic. So he can levitate objects, he can use telekinesis and pyrokinesis. He has these powers which people might recognize from the first game, as well as 3 new powers for the second game. He has the ability to mentally connect thoughts together, and he can connect 2 thoughts and actually connect 2 thoughts together to solve puzzles and to navigate in this game. He has the power of time bubble, which is just change and slow down how things are moving by changing people's perception of time. And he also has the power of projection, which allows him to pull an archetype, a personality, out of his unconscious mind and bring it into the world that he's in, like a companion in battle or in puzzle solving.
But let's talk about the story for a second, because as the original Psychonauts, we saw Raz training to be
Excellent.
part of an organization, and now perhaps he's part of a whole organization at this point. And are there other brain agents, other Psychonauts out there that maybe grew up in a completely different circus.
Yeah, we have a lot of new characters in this game.
We do. We have a lot of new characters in this game. As soon as Raz arrives on the headquarters, he immediately gets introduced to the interns. And the interns quickly tell him and show him how he fits into the organization.
The bottom.
They're right down at
Right
the
at
bottom.
Yeah, so earn his way back to the top again. He's no longer the coolest kid in summer camp. And much to his chagrin, his entire family, his entire embarrassing circus clothes wearing family comes to visit him in front of all his new friends. And so the interns find out that he's the awkward middle child of a circus family. Each one of them has their own quirks and foibles, and some of them are even psychic.
Cool.
So a lot of their story gets told in this game, including their backstory and how it relates to the foundation of the Psychonauts themselves.
Well, I like that. And of course, as you might know already, I'm sold. But you, of course, already knew that. When can myself and the rest of the world exact some beefy, meaty revenge?
You can get back to the beef and play Psychonauts 2 on August 25th on Xbox Game Pass and PC.
There it is. Lizette, Tim from Double Fine, thank you so much. And you know what? Extend a huge congratulations to everyone at Double Fine on the launch of Psychonauts 2.
I thought it was coming out today at 8
We're
o'clock.
very excited.
Thank you.
And
It might be. I'm not sure.
It might be, but it says the 25th.
The fan favorite franchise.
It said
in
it
our
in
Xbox Play
the
stream
Xbox store
tomorrow. But
today.
first,
Yeah, I had it
from cleaning out
downloaded
mental
already,
cobwebs
so I
to
haven't
cleaning
looked
up
there.
alien planets in this supremely
I was
That would be
gonna play it.
that. It's probably
for the Gunk.
going based on like some UK
Yeah,
time.
there it is, the
something like
Gunk. Yes! I'm so looking forward to this.
that. Yeah, this is one of the ones that I wanted to see for
Yeah.
the show.
Yeah, I really wanted to see this at this show.
All right.
Because we've seen nothing since E3.
Everything here.
Yeah, this is one of the games that got canceled from the PS5 because it can't handle the
It can't handle it, yeah.
physics.
It can't. Excellent. Really want to get into this.
Look good.
Get that Gunk. Oh dear. When?
They didn't say.
Oh.
Oh, still no date. You are joking.
We have talked
Supposed
about
to be
so
this
many
year,
incredible
but
games today.
not
and
by
it's hard
that.
to pick a
Supposed to
favorite.
be, but that
Let me just
doesn't
say,
say
it
it's
is
this year
so
for
cool
sure.
that State of Decay 2
Yeah.
is expanding Trumbull Valley. Come
Gutted.
on. And hey, you know what? Great job on that Flight Sim interview.
Oh, thank you. I mean, talking to Jorg is always a blast, and Flight Sim is such a special game to me because, I mean, it's literally letting me travel the world. But
No
I
freaking
was
date.
staring
You're
daggers
kidding
of
me.
jealousy watching you talk to Tim and Lizette over at Double Fine.
Well, I will say this. I understand.
I
that you
wonder
got to
if-
play Psychonauts 2 already,
Tomorrow.
so I want to hear it.
That's true.
I wonder if they're
but
going to
it's
show
not
it
the same as
tomorrow.
Maybe
at the
that was
release
just a
date.
teaser, yeah,
trust
for
me when I
tomorrow.
tell you, Be
Maybe.
excited for Psychonauts
Maybe
2.
I don't know. This
I
is
will say
that bigger
this as well.
stage
I am
though. You would
excited
think.
to
I
see
know,
more
this
Psychonauts 2
is
on our
this
Xbox
that's
Play
depressing.
streams.
But
Yes.
they might
don't
want to
forget,
save something
No.
for
Blaze will
Gamescom.
recap all the week's news throughout the week at twitch.tv/Xbox.
If they're going to save something for
There's still
Gamescom, a
Check
release
that out.
date would be something to
Before
save.
Kate and I let Playground
Agreed.
Games take the wheel,
But
let me
it
just
doesn't
say
look
that
promising
it has been
now.
a distinct pleasure
No.
to chat games and nerd out with everyone today.
Oh, it's hands down the best part of the job for sure.
We're going to
Far
have
from
a
done.
whole nother 25
True.
minutes on
Now,
Forza
in June,
Horizon.
Playground Games
We're
announced that
already
Forza Horizon
hyped for
5,
that.
The highly anticipated follow-up to 2018's breakout hit open-world driving game Forza Horizon 4 arrives on November 9th on Xbox consoles, Xbox Game Pass for console, PC, and cloud, and of course, Steam.
And if you're watching our Xbox YouTube channel, switch over to our Xbox Twitch channel to see all this new exclusive content.
And that is twitch.tv/Xbox for the full vroom vroom experience. And if you're already watching on Twitch or one of the Forza channels, stay right where you are.
Without further ado, let's dive in, starting with the new custom Forza Horizon 5 controller, which is available for pre-order today, so players can have it in hand by November 9th when the standard edition of the game launches.
Oh. Oh. Oh, oh, oh.
Ooh.
I might just have to purchase another
I see
controller.
translucence already.
Oh.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh my god.
Oh.
Now I'm hyped. I
It's
want
translucent controller.
I want it. Husband, come here with one's credit card. Yes, baby.
Oh wow.
That's fucking awesome. Oh, I love it.
So
Yeah, it's got
that
rubber
means-
grips too.
Rubber
so that means
grip sights.
we're gonna be getting translucent controllers soon.
Yeah.
Like they did Forza. Ooh, translucent freaking Halo, like
Yeah.
the blue one that they had fucking for
Charlie
360.
here, and I'm at Playground Games with
look
Forza
at
Horizon
that.
creative director Mike Brown and Forza Horizon
I will
art
pre-order
director
it
Dan
right now.
Arcetta. Hello,
Frickin'
everybody.
awesome.
Hey everyone. Hi Charlie.
Hey Charlie.
Hello.
How cool is this?
That is stunning. Look at that. Well, we obviously just saw a really cool video about it, and I'll be the first to say there is an amazing influence of Mexican car culture and music literally splayed right across the front. Isn't that right?
Absolutely. It just feels like it's a part of the Horizon Festival, like it's just dropped out of the game.
The triggers are different colors.
Absolutely
That's
love it.
cool.
And there's so much we do
Yeah.
want to show the fans, and it's been quite difficult to decide where to start. So can you maybe tell us a bit more about the game, Mike?
Sure, yeah. So Forza Horizon 5 is bringing the Horizon Festival's unique brand of fun and freedom to beautiful and vibrant Mexico. Players are going to set out across the largest, most diverse open world we've ever built in hundreds of the world's most beautiful and exciting cars.
And no Halo
Yeah,
Infinite
and
release
people
date
think
either,
that Mexico
probably,
is
guys.
just a desert or a beach, but there's so much more to it, isn't there?
That's right. Even though
Yeah,
it does have
we'll
pretty
I
awesome
don't know.
beaches and a number of amazing deserts, it also has vast canyons, hidden temples.
I was kind of
awesome,
expecting that at
beautiful
this because they
historic
just
cities,
had the
and
Call of
even
Duty
a
release
towering
date.
snow-capped volcano, the highest point we've ever had in a Horizon
Yeah.
game.
So
Almost
you've talked
tomorrow
about how
again.
Forza Horizon 5 showcases powerful, all-new
Yeah, I
graphical
think they would
features,
do it
but
at
what more can you
the-
tell us about that?
So yeah,
Their
our
own show,
Mexican
though.
HDR sky captures
Yeah,
really
but
illuminate the
if
world to
they
the
have
point where you feel like you're
to
really
be at
there.
Gamescom,
And
you know,
thanks
they
to the
probably
Xbox Series X
strike
and S, ray
some
tracing
kind of deal,
is
you know,
utilized in Forza Vista to really make our cars look
Potentially.
more true to real
to
life.
make
You'll encounter
Jeff
the
Keighley
smallest
happy.
of details as you travel throughout the world, all
We'll give
rendered
you a release
but
date.
in striking realism.
We'll, you know,
That's such an exciting overview. I cannot wait. And next up is something we know that Forza Horizon fans have definitely been waiting for the most. Mike, what exactly is that?
Yeah, that's right. We are about to reveal the cover of Forza Horizon 5, featuring the incredible Mercedes AMG 1 and the 2021 Ford Bronco
Ooh.
Badlands. Should we take a look?
Let's do it, yeah.
that Bronco's fucking tight.
Oh my gosh.
Now, those are two very different ways to explore Mexico. So what I want to know is why those two cars were chosen and what players can expect when they get behind the wheel.
Yeah, so those differences are exactly why we chose them. The Mercedes AMG 1 marks the first time a car features Formula One hybrid technology almost one-to-one from track to the street. And with the 2021 Ford Bronco Badlands, you know, that's primed for rugged off-roading across Mexico's vast terrain.
And I'm certain people can't wait to see more of what these cars can do in the game, so I don't think we should keep them waiting any longer. Mike, can you tell us about what we're about to see next?
Yes, so in a few moments' time, we'll be kicking off a Forza Horizon 5 Let's Go stream, and everybody should check that out for a big deep dive into loads of new content and features from Forza Horizon 5. But before that, we have 8 minutes of brand new gameplay where we're going to see both the Mercedes AMG 1 and the 2021 Ford Bronco Badlands. And in typical Horizon fashion, we are going to see active volcanoes, cars jumping out of cargo planes, and a race under beautiful Mexican skies all the way to the Horizon Festival. Should we check it out?
I think we should.
And this is all running on Series X.
They didn't say for this one, but the last one of their events I watched on YouTube, they had gameplay on the Series X. But I'm not sure what this is on. And if they don't ever say it, I don't trust that it is. But he used weird lingo last time when he said like what we've been seeing is Series X footage. So I don't know.
Here we take control of the 2021 Ford Bronco Badlands, atop of the towering, snow-capped Gran Caldera volcano.
See you on the other side! Follow that car! Past me!
Oh my god.
Oh, it's just, oh my god, this is petrol head heaven. Oh my god, it makes me tingle all over.
Oh.
Yeah.
You go enjoy yourself. I have to go make another delivery.
Is this how you get your cars delivered?
Oh, this is how the cars are delivered.
If that is how they're getting delivered, holy shit. That would be insane.
Look at that. That is unbelievable.
So now we see the
Well, they said
2020
it's new
Corvette Stingray
gameplay.
tearing up asphalt towards a dust storm in the
This
Mexican
is like the
homeland.
campaign part, effectively, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, the Stingray, look. Just makes you want to get in a car and belt it around somewhere. I have
Right.
to play some Forza 4 later now.
Oh, you can go through a sandstorm. Nice.
wow.
Yeah. They said you can hunt tornadoes and storms in this game, so
Wow, that just changed the environment
absolutely.
immediately.
Yeah. Look at that, you can see it. Oh my god. Take the paint right off your car, that would.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Here's another
What's
one.
this?
Goosebumps, I got goosebumps.
Oh, it's a buggy.
Oh,
Buggy? Oh, nice.
That's some rally racer or something.
It's like a yeah, it's like a
Oh.
SUV rally racing truck, like a racer.
a Porsche.
Oh, Porsche, yeah.
It's a Porsche.
Nice.
Once I saw that the front end like that, I was like, that's a
crashing
Porsche.
through the dense jungle tree canopy.
Hey, baby.
Hey, Kate. Yeah, it looks like a 911.
Yeah, it's pretty nifty.
S.
One thing I would like them to work out is licensing in games like this so they don't ever get delisted.
Yeah.
Like Forza Motorsport 7 was just taking off stores. And...
Yeah, I think that's why they're going to a hub world. Wow. That's just insane. Today, lady, pre-orders go live today.
Baja, California. What are we dropping off now? Let's see it.
This is the Mercedes-Benz.
The bar jar. The bar jar.
Oh my God! Look at that.
And on the final leg, we have the stunning Mercedes AMG 1 at full speed across Mexico's sun-baked rocky coast.
Horizon, this is Mexico. We've already had cars falling out of the sky, but all eyes are on.
I think this is going to be the opening of the game. Because it's the race to the festival. That's always how you started out, as the race to the festival. So
Yeah.
what we've been seeing is how the game starts.
Yeah, it's what it seems like.
If you've just arrived at Horizon Mexico, then you
Yeah.
are in for a treat, my friend. Get ready for the biggest Horizon adventure of
Just listen to announcers how he's talking. It sounds like this is how the game is probably going to start.
Yeah, in the top left it says race to the festival too. Like every Forza Horizon game starts with the race to the festival.
Yeah.
I'm digging the music.
Holy shit. Goddamn, that was good. But they got another 20 minutes of this on the Twitch stream.
Yeah, they're gonna have more Forza stuff over there. All right, guys.
So that was what 8 more minutes of the stream?
No, it's over.
Was it hour and a half?
Close enough for them, I guess. Yeah, it's over.
Yeah, pretty much.
So that is it. So we got a little bit of the Gunk, very little. We got Flight Sim news. Age of Empires has trebuchets and videos.
Yep. Got cloud gaming.
That's the big
Game
one.
Pass for
Yeah.
Holiday 21.
Yeah.
Wasteland DLC October 25th.
Stray
Sea of
Blade.
Thieves starts today and carries on to September 7th.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There will be more tomorrow for an opening night live with Jeff Keighley. We don't know if there's gonna be anything Xbox there or not. But they did have like a list of games. I think Far Cry was on the list.
Stray Blade 2022 is another one.
Stray Blade looked pretty cool. There was some indies in there. I didn't see the list. I didn't recognize which ones I haven't seen before or not. But yeah, there's no Scorn.
No Scorn, lady. No Crossfire X.
Yeah.
No
And
date for the Gunk.
the big thing for me is no Halo Infinite release date.
Yeah. No Halo Infinite release.
I really thought we were gonna get a Halo Infinite release date after the Call of Duty release date, because this is the biggest event that they have for a while.
Well, they still got their 20th anniversary, so they might be saving it for that.
Yeah.
Well, that's the 20th anniversary is November 15th, so like that's too late to release a release date. Like that's when I'm hoping the game comes out.
But they might just release it in the month of the anniversary, because I still think it's going to be the 19th or the 23rd.
Yeah. I mean, you would think we'd be getting a release date soon.
You still might,
because
might have given it to Jeff Keighley to announce. You never know.
Why? Psycho could be right about that.
Might have.
Yeah, Psycho could be right about that, but like they need to do it like within the next month, right? Like you would think.
Yeah, you would think so, but there's that much hype around it.
Everything
already.
else coming this holiday has release dates right now. I think Far Cry does, Battlefield does, Call of Duty does, Forza Horizon 5 does, the only Dying Light does. Only big game that I can think of that doesn't have a release date that's supposed to come this holiday is Halo.
Yeah. I think they're trying to get on, Keighley's good graces again for some odd reason.
Yes, it's very strange.
Like release dates are, or that's like one thing. Like everybody's waiting for a release date, so that'd be something he would enjoy, like be like, haha, yeah, it's on my show,
Yeah. We'll see. Maybe you're right about that. Maybe they gave it to him.
Yeah. We'll see. Hopefully, because if they wait longer and not give us a release date, and it gets into we're getting into September. I mean that's literally 2 months into before the release of Halo.
Yeah, unless they were planning on it, and then because of this fallout from people about the delay the game, they maybe they're listening to that, because they do. One thing about Xbox that I've noticed over the last couple years is when people get upset about something, they tend to listen and do what they say.
Oh, definitely.
But sometimes that can be at a detriment.
Yes,
right?
Phasma.
Sometimes they can overreact and change a game too much or this or that, It's going to be interesting to see what they do about the whole Halo situation. I think they're steadfast on releasing this holiday stuff. I just want to know when it is.
They need to release it this year. I mean, if they postpone it, I think it'll get so much more negative press over not having 2 freaking game modes, because they're gonna be, oh look, it's not even ready.
Oh, I'm sorry, lady.
They
I
lied.
just pre-ordered mine. It's right on the top of the Microsoft Store.
On the top of the Microsoft Store is the controller.
Microsoft UK. I've just ordered it. £59.99. £59.99.
Microsoft Store, Xbox Store.
It says find a retailer underneath. I can't find where is it?
When does Elden Ring supposed to come out? Is that
$74.99
next year?
Pre-order.
Well, where did you get it to then, Sykes?
I went to Xbox.com.
Yeah.
Let's see. There it is. Pre-order. $74.99. Yeah, I'm there right now. Free shipping, sales tax $4.87. So it comes out to $79.86. Place order, but I'm not going to.
Where did you go to the Xbox Store?
I just went to Xbox.com and it came up, saw the controller,
That's in
learn
America,
more.
though.
It says learn more. Then you go there, and then it says place order. It says pre-order, not find retail. Pre-order. Clicked on that. Boom.
Yeah,
Oh,
I went on the pre-order now, but then it said after you click through that, it said retailer. So I'm there now, and it's still because I have to go to UK, not not it's not in America. So therefore I have to go pre-order now, and then it comes up, and then it says find a bloody retailer, which is really weird because I clicked on it and thought, oh, that's it, but no.
Yeah, I can place the order right now if I wanted. It'll be available November 9th, 2021.
Oh, I can get it on Amazon or I can get it in Argos, not a problem. But it says Microsoft up there. Shop now at Microsoft, but then it hasn't got it on their website.
I put a link in the chat. The second link, I think, will take you straight to the controller.
Yeah, I can order two. I can order two right now.
Xbox.com is the Microsoft store that I was talking about. So it's the same thing. But like for you in America, you could just buy it straight off of there. For us, we have to go find it.
Yeah.
At another place, which is, I suppose it makes sense because then it gets delivered to us from the UK. And
so we got Battlefield is maybe supposed to be here, like Jasper says, maybe tomorrow for that. I'm curious what all they're gonna have. I thought Xbox was gonna bring a little bit like something big, one of these other big games, but I think the Gunk had the chance to be that, but they didn't show enough of it or say anything about it, really, right? Like, so that was kind of weird.
Yeah.
And there's still
that one off tomorrow.
There's still the ones that are missing that have been consistently missing that aren't even being mentioned, like Scorn and Crossfire X.
Exo Mecha. Come on. I mean, there's quite a bit. So either they're going to be a delayment or they're just going to shadow drop like a release date. Like, oh, here it is. Boom. You're like, fuck. Okay, cool.
But we'll see. Overall, decent. I think Paris did a good job, and the other lady did a good job. The flight sim stuff was exciting.
Yeah.
The cloud thing is the huge takeaway. Still.
It certainly is.
Yeah.
That's like something that we've all been people that are running out of space or have a large library or whatever, or have multiple consoles. There's several reasons why even older consoles being able to play new games, like bringing that feature out is a huge get for Xbox because it's for your whole Game Pass library. I'm curious about your ownership of your own library, or if it's just Game Pass games.
It said just Game Pass.
Right. So that's one thing originally when they talked about xCloud, they had kind of promised in the future you were going to get to play your library on xCloud, right? I'm waiting for that day too, to get the games that I own, regardless of if it's in Game Pass or not, playable on xCloud. That would be awesome, but I have a feeling that's due to third-party things, that's not happening. So maybe one day they'll figure that out. But hey, even just from the Game Pass thing, that's a win there. So, but guys, thank you for joining me for this Gamescom Xbox stream.
Yes.
It's been real.
Been awesome.
Yep.
Always fun. Never.
Thank you everybody for coming out. It's awesome. There's a pretty decent showing from Xbox. We're not going to get E3, 2 events in a row. You know what I'm saying? So, some of it could have been held off with a little bit less talking, kind of like the, Age of Empire 3 talk. But I mean, it is what it is. But decent show, not like freaking amazing, but also, like what you said, Mav, getting the xCloud gaming streaming to Xbox One and Series consoles is huge.
Yeah, that's a big deal. I think that's like it's one of these quality of life things, that Xbox keeps winning with.
Yeah.
You've been able to do that with PlayStation Now, actually, I think, right? Stream games. So it's actually, in some ways, it's almost a little bit of catch up, except for the fact I don't know how they are working, like playing PS5 games on PS4s. I don't know if that's possible there. I think some of those games you have to install, but like, it's nice to be able to have that feature on Xbox with Game Pass. Like it's needed to come sooner, in my opinion. That should have been like the first thing, but that being said, like, hey, it's awesome that it's here now. I'm super excited about it. It's going to be awesome.
All those games that are on PlayStation now that you're able to stream are the only way you can play those games, because they don't have the backwards compatibility to play with PS3 and earlier titles. So
yeah, I'm talking about the newer games. The PS4, can you stream those ones, or do you have to download them? I know you can download them, but I don't know if you can stream them as well. That's kind of what I was talking about. Like, I'm not sure how that functionality works. I'm gonna check that out later on the PS5 and see like what's streamable and what's not.
Yeah, but the streamable games are not have the best stability, from what a couple of people that have played from the PS Now app.
Yeah,
so
I'm not sure. But yeah, that's one thing they've been able to do, though. Like, so it's interesting to see Xbox catch up with that and maybe do more, because what they usually do is when they catch up on something, they do even better. They go further. They do it better with a lot of things. And
I guess us in the UK have to wait a hell of a lot longer than you in America to get a damn controller. I have just checked every single place they just gave us to buy it, and it's not anywhere.
Oh, really?
Absolutely. That is depressing. It's not in game. It's not in Amazon. It's not in Argos. It's not in PC World. It's nowhere to be seen in this country. So either we have to wait because we'll get after. I don't know.
I would get on call Microsoft and talk to somebody over.
Yeah, talk to one of the people.
Yeah, and be like, you're over in the UK and want to get a controller, and how do I do that? And they might give you a link.
Yeah, well, they're certainly not any. I mean, they've given me Microsoft, which Microsoft have always said go look for a UK retailer. They give me Game, they give me Amazon, Argos, Currys, Smiths, and Very. And I checked them all, and they haven't got the controller. I've got it in limited edition Forza 5, Horizon 5 controller, so I can't make it clearer.
It's probably none of the stores at the moment.
I think it'd probably be later, because you in America get it all first. Mika's already orders his. You could have ordered one, so you've already got it. Yeah, I checked the MS store first, Paul. That's what I did. But it says that because I'm in the UK, I have to go find a UK retailer.
Yeah. And as Jasper said, at least Xbox got a show.
Yeah, at least they got a show. We haven't had a PlayStation show for a long time.
Yeah, that's a good one. All right, guys, that's going to do it. Thank you for tuning in. Appreciate you. Thanks, Psycho, for joining in this. And Lupa, thank you for joining in this. Yeah. Hey,
always willing to help out.
Lupa, go ahead and tell people where they can find you.
You can find me on Xbox Ultimate, 9 p.m. Eastern, 2 a.m. UK time. You can find me at AssassinLupa on Twitter and on Xbox Live. And I will catch you all gaming, guys.
Catch you all gaming. And Psycho, same to you, bud.
Yeah, you guys can find me actually tonight at 9 o'clock on the Pomon Players Are Everything, Masters of None on the Noobs and Pros channel on YouTube and Twitch. You can find me there. And then, of course, Wednesdays with Fun Pop and Xbox Ultimate with the M7 on Fridays. You can catch me there.
Right on,
Matt,
guys.
How about you?
Hey, I'm right here.
How about you,
on
Matt?
YouTube.
Where can we find you?
I'm here on YouTube. Everybody, it's Fun Speculation. Also, you can catch me on Twitter at Fun Speculation. You got Google Podcast, Spotify, Apple Podcast. You can check me all out on them's. You know, we got lots of shows and lots of places, and it's just a good old time. Tomorrow gonna be playing some more of this Gamescom stuff, and it's gonna be real good. You know, we got lots of stuff to show tomorrow from that Keeley fella, so it's gonna be good.
Tomorrow, Mr. Mav?
It's an hour later than it was today. Same old, about the same old time, just a little different. Not too different, just a little different. You know, you know, it's about an hour later, I think. You know, it's gonna be a great time tomorrow. So hey everybody in the chat, you rock. Thank you so much for joining us. And
yes.
We'll see. We'll catch y'all gaming. Bye.
Thank you.
Later, everybody.
Bye. Catch you all gaming. Well, that's what you're meant to be doing.
Yeah. See you later, guys.
Bye.
Mm-hmm.
Boom, boom.